Ghost Hunters, my name is Daboys in the Hood, and I am joined, who is finally camera ready, my lovely girlfriend, who I love so much, who is currently playing with a vape fidget spinner. So, we decided to do some research just randomly out of the blue on Shepton Mallet Prison, just for you guys. Now, before we get into it, I have decided to change one thing. Instead of Hell Week, we are going to do Hell Month, where every month you guys put in your suggestions on new places that you want us to go to. Now, the history of Shepton Mallet, the place that we will be starting our paranormal investigations just for you guys. And as we go along the line, we will be doing 7 minutes alone, which we're both looking forward to.
Well, I am. I'm not so sure about you.
As she's Christian and me being a medium, I'm going to have the time of my life being able to use my abilities for the first time. Now, Shepton Mallet Prison is one of the oldest prisons in Somerset and is one of the most haunted prisons in the UK. That is third of hauntedness in the UK out of 15. And here's why Shepton Mallet is one of the oldest prisons in the UK. It opened in the year 1625. It ran for 400 years, which is a long time when you think about it. A very, very long time. Before its closure in 2013, Shepton Mallet was built as a house of correction during the Second World War. Shepton Mallet has been home to Victorian pickpocketers, beggars, petty thieves, and some of Britain's most notorious gangsters, including the infamous Cray twins and soldiers, which we will get to in just a minute on why it's haunted by soldiers. Shepton Mallet could hold up to 300 inmates in only 178 cells. 178 cells holding 300 odd inmates, maybe more. But that's the information that we found. I mean, I don't think
Living conditions would have been horrible. The amount of fights that broke out. Must have been, I can't even imagine the smell.
I can't even imagine the food that they ate. Probably sloppy poppy porridge. I don't know, sloppy poppy porridge. Sloppy porridge. Who knows? That's something they could have fucking eaten.
I think they were more than likely starved.
Yeah. And bear in mind, Shepton Mallet was not one of your ordinary prisons where it only housed men. No. Back in the 16th century, anyone could get arrested for poaching, theft, burglary,
stealing ducks.
Stealing ducks, apparently.
An inmate was in there for stealing 2 ducks.
Yep. Stealing 2 ducks. The crimes back in the 16th century was
bizarre.
Oddly, bizarre. So this prison held men, women, and children. Henceforth, it is being odd for the 16th century. But when you think about it, it really is not that odd. And you think on prisons now, you have a prison for pretty much everyone. Men, women, juvenile detention centres.
We've come a long way since 400 years ago.
Yeah. And here are some of the most gruesome sort of punishments in the prison. One of them being shot at gunfire, hanging, whipping, and a form of something called a hamster wheel, which they used for grain. Crushing little bits of grain. And that would take up to 40 inmates just to do. I'm sorry, but 40 odd inmates just to crush thousands and thousands and thousands worth of grain must have been torturous and tiring.
Yeah.
I don't imagine myself ever doing that. Now, ghosts that reside in Shepton Mallet prison. Now, here's where we go back to the soldiers, when I said it was back in the Second World War. Executed soldiers' shadows move along corridors between momentarily disappearing, which is something we are hoping to capture on camera, because not many paranormal investigators have caught it, which is something that we are hoping to record.
But loads of other people have seen it with their own eyes, but we never see it on camera.
Yeah. According to some staff members who work at the prison as tour guides, have seen it. Seen soldiers walking off on down the corridors and then momentarily disappearing into a fucking wall. Now, this goes back to the children. Chilling whispers and blood-curdling screams makes you feel like you're being watched. Which goes back to my favourite song, I Always Feel Like Somebody's watching me. Now, and even on the most warmest of days, you can get a cold draft outside on a warm day, which is very concerning. Not really, because we're paranormal investigators. Now, here are two ghosts which we are hoping to capture on camera for you guys. One of them, which my lovely girlfriend is going to be going off to go and do by herself after we investigate the certain wing together, where she'll spend 7 minutes in that wing. Here is the White Lady. The White Lady is said to be roaming the female wing, which is C Wing, and it is said to be one of the most haunted locations in the entire prison, which is something I'm not looking forward to doing. But you are, aren't you?
I'm very excited. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
I mean, I'm excited as well. Now, here it comes back to another soldier in the Second World War, who I'm not looking forward to in, let's just say, wandering the corridors by myself. Because this guy was said to walk past the corridors and give you an eerie chill. There was a tour guide, I'm gonna keep his name anonymous because I'm sure he does not want his name out there. He was showing around some tourists and he felt something on his hand, but he did not bear it until after the tour. He looked down and on his hand he had this burn mark of a cigarette or a cigar. And he goes by the name, the ghost goes by the name of Private Lee Davies. He was a man who was executed for rape, murder, and who is said to wander hallways. Like, it can be any hallway. For instance, maybe the female wing, maybe the child's wing, maybe the men's wing. It can be any kind of hallway. We didn't find any certain information on what kind of hallways he goes with, but he was hanged for his crimes, which you would think hanging isn't that bad. No. You watch films where there's hanging in it, you get your entire neck split in half. And then there is something said about Lee Davies, is that sometimes, I don't know if this is true or not, sometimes you can see Private Lee Davies, just him in his uniform, and then there's another version of him where he has the noose wrapped around his neck.
Ready for execution.
Ready for execution.
What was his last words?
His last words before he got executed was, "Oh my God, I am going to die." No shit, you're about to get hanged. Now, C Wing, the former female wing, which is one of the most haunted locations in the prison, is one that we are looking forward to. Especially you. You're looking forward, I'm pretty sure, out of the entire visit at Shepton Mallet Prison, you are probably going to be the only one who's going to be looking forward to the female wing.
I'm just curious as to why she decided to kill her fiancé. If she was so in love with him, what possessed her, what went through her head to just kill him?
I mean, the one question that I want to ask her is whether we get this or not on a spirit box. The main question I want to ask the White Lady is, we know you killed your fiancé, and what method did you use to kill your fiancé? Because in the information that we found about the White Lady, it doesn't really say much. It just says she was heartbroken, was madly in love with this guy.
She torments the
and yeah,
staff members.
Torments the prisoner staffs. And inmates. But as there are no inmates, she now torments ghost investigators, which delve deep into the paranormal, which is going to be very interesting for us, because I don't think she'll really like us, to be honest, because she's had so many encounters of the paranormal people come to Shepton Mallet, and I think she's probably going in her mind, she's like, oh, for fuck's sake, not more paranormal investigators. I've already told my story 100 times already.
If she told her story 100 times already, we'd know what happened.
We would, but we don't. Now, the execution room, a chilling reminder of the prison's brutal past, which goes back to hanging, shot at gunfire, and it had also said, when we watched documentaries on Shepton Mallet, you had one guy at the wall, and 4 people shooting at gunfire. 3 of them being empty blanks. 1 of them a real life bullet. And which in it is said, if you were to go to that wall in Shepton Mallet, you can see the bullet holes in that wall still to this day. Which is something I'm looking forward to. But that means if I'm looking forward to seeing bullet holes, does that make you excited?
I'm very excited to see the execution room.
I bet you are.
I'm curious as to how many spirits reside in there too.
Probably. I mean, if it dates back to the 16th century and it's been open for and then closed in 2013 and it's been ran for 400 years, you'd expect at least 300 in there. I mean, the one thing I'm looking forward to is getting the names of the people who died and any other sort of spirits that we can try to communicate with.
You've got the prisoner records, haven't you?
Yes, you've got the prisoner records, which I'm hoping we can have a look at. But if they don't let us, we'll have to figure it out on our own. The unmarked graves that remain, the remains of the executed criminals are said to be buried in unmarked graves within the prison grounds, which will be an interesting place to do, most likely maybe a spirit box.
Estes method.
Yes, Estes method. If you don't know what an Estes method is, Estes method is, I believe Sam and Colby did it on their channel. It's where you take a spirit box and you put in headphones and you turn it up to the max volume in your headset.
Blindfold yourself.
And you blindfold yourself and you sit down somewhere. And that spirit will try to tell you something while you repeat the words. Sometimes it could go very smoothly, sometimes it can't. And why, darling, why do I feel like when it comes to that, I'll be the one mostly doing it? I feel like I'd be the one mostly doing that, which I don't mind.
I'm quite excited for the Estes method.
Now, a lot of stuff has happened in Shepton Mallet. This is just some of the chilling, brutal history that we found. Some of the ghosts that we are expecting to find. Whether there are more chilling ghosts, which we are hoping to find, is gonna be interesting. Now, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure you guys go press that subscribe button, press that bell icon next to that subscribe button, which gets you notified whenever we upload a new ghost hunting video. Stay awesome, ghost hunters, and we will see you all in the next video. Bye!